Have you ever wondered if it's possible to cut big rocks in half? In this video, I'm going to go through the process on how to do it. Like everything, there's a process. In this video, we'll go through all the steps. And yes, that was pretty scary with the dog. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this stone as far as we can with this diamond saw. This saw blade is designed to cut through masonry and rock, cinder blocks. This saw is a mainstay. We use it all the time for all kinds of things. So once we have the cut as deep as we can all the way across the stone, now this would be on the top and the sides. It's not possible to cut underneath the stone safely. Right now the stone couldn't even fall if it had to because there's dirt underneath it. So now that we've got the cut into the stone, we need to get the dirt out from this side of the rock. Now obviously you don't want to put even an arm or a foot anywhere near underneath this stone. So we dig out the dirt, we clean it up, and now we're using a backhoe to kind of clear out a lot of this debris. We're actually able to move the stone back and forth to make sure that all the dirt is out. So now we have one side of the stone supported by dirt and the other not. Once we have everything cleaned up, we'll start to put wedges into the crack in the stone. These are the same type of wedges that you would use to split wood. Now rock has grain and we're going against the grain. Now what you're hoping for is you put a couple of these wedges in and then it'll just drop off. But that's typically not the case. But you definitely want to get the wedges in early because sometimes you'll tap them in and it'll just drop right off. Unlike wood, this is not going to give you an indication of when it's going to drop off. It's just going to snap and fall. Just tap your wedges in equally. Tap on one and go over and tap the other. Periodically you can go over with the sledgehammer and just give it a tap on the end. Now you won't see the stone move, but sometimes you can feel the fracture. This can be your indication that you're getting closer. There's no doubt this is an exercise program. You don't need to do this type of work and then go off to the gym. Now we're going to start some wedges into the side. You can use a smaller hammer to get this one started. Now with this one, we're putting it in with the grain. We want to remove some of the mass. We know what shape this rock is supposed to be. So now we're thinning it down a little bit to make the cut a little easier. And after we get it cut, we're going to reshape these ends to make it look a little more natural. Okay, back with the wedges. This time we added a few more. Now to get deeper into the stone, we're going to use this masonry drill bit. We'll go straight down. Some of them will go diagonal. Just make sure that you're standing on the correct side of the stone. In the cartoons, Wile E. Coyote might be able to get away with it, but you won't. Now we'll add in some diagonals. Now we've got holes in about every 4 inches. Now we're going to chip off a little bit at the top so we can get our saw down just a little deeper. When you go with the grain, you can see how easy this stuff comes off. This Hilti does a real nice job. Now when I say this is a workout, I'm not kidding. You do not need to go to the gym. Just keep your weight on the one side that you're supposed to. This rock definitely reminds me of the Roadrunner. Okay, now get ready for it. Here it goes. Boom! When you work this hard, this is success. That was a lot of work, but it's worth it. These stones are beautiful. Okay, well let's get everything all cleaned up and we'll get it out of here. So we've got the forks on. Let's go ahead and try to lift this out of here. We'll be able to drag it out of here, but I think we're gonna need the bigger tractor to really get it on the truck. I'd say this piece of the rock is probably about 2,000 pounds. Or I guess you could say 1 ton. Yeah, even with the backhoe attachment, you can see the back wheels are off the ground. I'll show you a close-up of the cut. So here's the saw marks, here's the drill marks, and you can see how much actually fractured. Now we're just gonna dress up this stone so it doesn't look so flat on the bottom. It certainly gives you a big appreciation of those pyramids. Now if we chip enough of this off, maybe the tractor can get it up. I kind of think we're gonna need to pull out the big Ford. 1969, let's wake up. We'll just use this loader to lift the other loader. Now that we've got it on the dump truck, I'd say it's probably about 1,100 pounds. Notice the dog in the background could care less until this thing starts to move. Now it's times like this that just make you count your blessings. So in the end, everything is fine. So if you ever wondered how to cut and break big, huge rocks, now you've got a couple ideas on how you could do it. Well, I appreciate your time and thanks for watching.